Okay, so what it's not is Plan B, the morning after pill or emergency contraception. That's not what we're talking about. This is a chemical abortion, or also called a medical abortion. It's real simple. It's a series of two pills. The first pill poisons and kills the baby. The second pill causes the woman to, it induces contractions and she passes the baby. She can pass the baby in her apartment, at the prom, at a movie theater. We've heard all sorts of stories. These make up half the abortions, okay, in our country. So the way we got this was not voting or anything else. It was approved by the FDA in 2000. A number of women died. One wonderful woman, Holly Patterson, who had an abortion her parents didn't know. Her dad is a saint. He started leading the crusade of how shameful it is that the FDA approved these dangerous abortion drugs. He, of course, was ignored. And, you know, we've had these now for 23 years in our country. What that judge in Texas did, God bless him, is basically go back and stop these from being distributed because he cited that the FDA did not follow their proper guidelines of approving a drug for this in 2000. And he also said that they ignored all negative data and research on the side effects. 1 in 4 women go to the ER, by the way. The largest study we have on chemical abortions, it's over 17 years, it's 500,000 women. 1 in 4 went to the ER. So what the FDA did in January was tell Walgreens and CVS, yeah, y'all can distribute these. They gave no guidelines. They didn't acknowledge that it's illegal in 20 states. They ignored all of that. And so we sent a letter to Congress asking if they investigate the FDA, and then 20 attorney generals around the country from different states immediately said they sent similar letters, and Walgreens actually bailed in those 20 states immediately. So there's all this back and forth that can kind of get confusing, but what people need to know is that these chemical abortions can kill a baby up to 10 weeks. Almost all of them stop the heartbeat of a baby because of when they're taken. And it's a brutal, it's not, some people want to think that the abortion industry wants us to think this is like your college buddies who go out and drink too much and get up and take an Advil the next day and just, oh, it's no big deal. That's not what this is. This is a brutal process. If you saw Unplanned, the movie, you saw that. But the woman, we've heard the testimonials, they all say, oh my word, it's a baby. I mean, they see the baby pass. So the psychological, much less spiritual ramifications are through the roof.
And I think another thing too, Sean, is from what I've been reading, is that now it is so available that a girl may not even know how far along she really is.
Right.
Whenever she takes
right.
these.
And there's also no regulation. Like, can I go and buy these and sell it on the street? Can I go to Sacramento into Walgreens and buy them and pick them up at my Walgreens in Texas, where chemical abortion's illegal? The FDA gave no guidelines on that. They completely ignored the Supreme Court giving the states the right to regulate abortion. And so it's really, sadly, it's just how another way that our government and many in the media have just made abortion their sacrament since last June. It's a complete overreach. We see it with the DOJ, we see it with the FDA, we see it with the Pentagon now paying for military travel for abortions. And so, you know, long term, I think they're all going to be on the wrong side of history. But for now, there's all this back and forth. But what's good about what the judge in Texas did is it will end up going back to the Supreme Court. So we have a chance at actually making all chemical abortions and getting them all banned because of this new lawsuit. Three is that, you know, no, this is just for rape victims, or this is just for this, and then we ended up with 1.2 million abortions a year at the height. And so it is, because it's, was it consensual, or you can have health of the mother which health can be. Are you nervous about having a baby? Which I think everybody on earth is. We've had 8 babies, and all of them, you're a little nervous. So that's how they get in the door. It is the Trojan horse. But places like Louisiana and Texas, and they're just going to start to see their abortion facilities close because it's still market driven. And you don't need to do abortions. You need to do a lot of abortions to keep an abortion facility open. We ended up closing one of the facilities in Baton Rouge a few years ago. We closed one in Shreveport. We closed one in Bossier City. And now, post Roe with Louisiana, just their current laws, you'll be abortion free, essentially,
Right.
like Texas and Missouri and Tennessee. So, but that is how they will try to reintroduce it, or they'll try to bring in chemical abortions. And that's exactly what's happening.